I was speaking about a vision for wildland, so something about the future, I suppose, and to some extent the context that we currently exist in, making a case for better protection for the landscape component of wildland. Um, in our vision, we quite clearly state that there are kind of two fundamental components or two key attributes. One is the landscape component, what does it look like, and the other one is the ecological component, how does it work? And by and large, the ecological component is reasonably well protected through a series of SSSIs and SACs and other designations. But the landscape component is really the poor cousin. And the analysis that we've done shows that it's only about a third of the core wildland area that we would be most interested in has any kind of landscape protection at all. Wildland has such kind of multiple objectives and values. If you look at those two components, the landscape, well, people love it. They spend lots of money coming to see it, and once they're here, enjoying it, maybe it's the challenge of climbing up a hill or catching salmon in a wild river, it's a huge draw. So we have to value it from those perspectives around landscape. But from the ecological side, it's also providing us with this fantastic range of ecological goods and services. It's clean water, it's capturing carbon through our peatlands. It's all these things really that people are now beginning to understand, I guess, the true value, not only the kind of spiritual elements of why we like it, but also the real economic arguments for why we need to conserve it and to actually restore it. I think this has been a really good opportunity to share some information, test a few assumptions, and get what I think has been a pretty kind of broad spectrum of interests. But there does appear to be a good groundswell here to accept a recognition of these values and why we should be trying to restore and conserve.